And that's because transportation systems, they're so incredibly complex. Everything's connected. It's not just the physical stuff, the roads and bridges. Human behavior matters, the economy, even politics.
Right. Hadn't thought about that.
Even a small hiccup in one part can ripple through the whole system.
Like the 100-kilometer parking lot was a perfect example of that.
Exactly. It wasn't just one thing that caused it, it was everything happening at once.
Right, right. That perfect storm. And that's what makes it so hard to predict, right?
Absolutely. We can't just say, oh, it'll happen here or on this date. It could be a natural disaster, a huge accident, some kind of cyber attack, heck, even just a surge in travel because it's a holiday.
So it's less about pinpointing the exact event, more about understanding where the system is weak.
Exactly. And making sure it can handle whatever comes at it.
Okay, that makes sense. But how do we even begin? These systems are so huge.
It's a big task, no doubt, but we can do it. The first thing I think is to change how we think about transportation planning. It has to be more holistic, more integrated.
Okay, what does that mean?
We can't just look at roads or trains in isolation. We have to think about how all the different ways of getting around are connected, how the way we use land affects things, how technology can make traffic flow better.
So like bringing different experts together.
Exactly. Urban planners, engineers, the transportation folks, data scientists, even psychologists. All those people working together for a system that's more efficient, resilient, sustainable. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. It's a big problem that needs a big team. But what about the government? What can policymakers do?
Governments are really important here. They set the stage, decide where the money goes. They can offer incentives for using sustainable transportation, invest in public transit, push for those smart traffic management systems.
Right.
They can even make policies that encourage better land use.
So creating an environment where good choices are easier for both people and businesses.
Exactly. Moving away from just being car-centric towards something more balanced and sustainable.
But what about us regular folks? What can we do as drivers, commuters, to help make things better?
A lot, actually. First off, be aware of your driving habits. Defensive driving, safe following distance, don't get distracted, be courteous. Those little things, they all add up.
So being a better driver, basically. What else?
Don't drive alone if you don't have to. Carpool, take public transport, bike, walk. Even small changes help.
And of course, checking traffic before we go, planning our routes.
Absolutely. Use those apps, check the reports, be ready to change your plans if needed.
Sounds like we can all do our part, both individually and as a community, for a better transportation future. But as we wrap up this deep dive, I keep thinking back to that 100-kilometer parking lot. It was chaotic, sure,
Yeah,
but it also shows how resilient people can be.
absolutely. All that frustration, the uncertainty, people still found ways to adapt, help each other out, even find some humor in it all. It shows we can deal with tough situations